Hello everyone, now Flavia Moki here with another video. Hopefully you had a good day. It's almost end of the day here in Arizona, but I wanted to shoot a good video for you guys to hear, listen, follow. Also want to thank you for coming to my channel, checking my videos. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my video, go ahead and subscribe and leave a comment. I'll review it and you can connect. Anyway, the topic of the video today is whatever you take for granted, you lose it. So whatever you take for granted, you lose it. And let me kind of expand on that topic, right? So there are people who work so hard in their life to get to a certain point, whether it's gonna be whether you're career-wise, whether you're MBA, NFL, musician, whatever you're doing, right? You work so hard to get to certain levels. But what happens when you get those levels? People start taking things for granted. They feel they kind of own the industry and no one can tell them nothing, right? Because they got it. But they forget whatever you take for granted, you lose it. So I have a couple of scenarios, right? There's this kind of basketball player who 2 times was caught brandishing his gun, and for what? He's taking things for granted, right? It's messed up. You should not do that. You work so hard to get to that level. That's just ridiculous, right? So other things like health-wise, right? You take your health for granted. You eat whatever you want to eat. You just don't go for medical checkups because you know what? You think you got it. You're taking your health for granted. You may go see a doctor and he says, you know what? Stop eating this kind of foods. Exercise, do this, do that. But you know what? You take it for granted, right? Guess what? After some time, your health, you're gonna mess up your health, right? Because you take it for granted. Other things, you making a lot of money, whatever you're doing, and you kind of think your money will last you forever, and you take it for granted. So what happens is you spend however you want to spend it, and within time, guess what? You lose your money because you took it for granted. Other things like relationships, whether it's gonna be family, whether it's business, if you take those relationships for granted, people call you, don't return their calls, you make commitment, you don't show up because you're taking people for granted. Guess what? Within time, people stop calling you. They'll stop wanting to have any meaningful dealings with you. You lose what you had with them because you took those relationships for granted. So what I'm saying is, whatever you do in life, never take anything for granted. If you're being able to acquire wealth, you're able to acquire a relationship, you are able to have a good health, keep on working at it. Never take it for granted. And that's what I wanted to share today with that video, in this video. And with that said, I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.